Opposition MPs in Jamaica walk out of Parliament in protest of government's tax package. And in sport, TNT's Soca Warriors head coach defends bringing the team's sacked captain back. I'm Ricardo Roberts, and this is Caribbean in 10 for Thursday, March 23. I'll be back with the details after the break.
Grow your business or promote your event through the services offered by the Caribbean Media Corporation and CaribVision. Our distribution provides a platform on cable, terrestrial television, and websites. We cover carnivals and events from across the region. We can bring your event live and alive to the world. For music makers, program producers, businesses, we can expand your reach to in excess of 2 million households daily. Our other services include news updates to enhance your media products, studio space for program and development. We can facilitate the launch of new products and services and training. Contact us and we will help you unleash your creative ability, develop products and services, and provide the medium to watch them grow. Contact Loretta Skeet at cmccaribbean.com or call her 1-246-467-1044 or 1-246-253-3889. Call and book your carnival or event today.
Members of Jamaica's main opposition People's National Party, the PNP, walked out of Parliament yesterday to protest government's refusal to adjust its $13.5 billion tax package. And they say more action in protest of the tax plan is in the works. Now, after chanting roll it back," as Finance Minister Audley Shaw was closing the 2017-2018 debate, the opposition parliamentarians left before the vote was taken. The PNP's spokesman on finance, Dr. Peter Phillips, said the government showed no willingness to make any adjustments despite the widespread cries and appeals from Jamaicans for the tax measures to be rescinded.
We are seeing the tourism interest up in arms about the withdrawal of funds from the TEF. We have heard the workers and the trade unions about the effects of the health insurance tax on them. We have heard pensioners and other groups, the private sector interests, and for the Prime Minister as the highest authority to come and speak and not speak to that is a cause of concern.
Speaking on radio, Jamaica's Beyond the Headlines program, Opposition MP Anthony Hilton warned that agitation by the PNP will continue.
Our next plan of action is to be engaging the people, will be continuing with the discussions with the people who continue to express their dissatisfaction and to talk to them, continue around, we'll move around the country and we'll talk to them about the taxes and measure the impact, watch the impact on them and continue to listen to them, hear what are some of the things that they'd like to see done and continue to engage them. The persons are, of course, expressing themselves. There are several organizations expressing themselves on the measures and they'll continue to do so. But we will be engaging them to ensure that we are very clear as to the actions that they'd like to see us do on their behalf.
The Catholic Church in Trinidad and Tobago is urging the government to rethink its plan to resume hangings, speaking days after Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley declared his support for the death penalty and said his government is doing all in its power to bring it back. The Archbishop of Port of Spain, Joseph Harris, says that's not the answer to the country's crime problem. We get more from CNC3's Janelle Bernard.
Archbishop Harris says the last time this country exercised the death penalty, there was a dark cloud over the nation.
There were a lot of people writing and saying how awful it felt and how barbaric it felt to have 9 people hanged in 2 days.
He says the effects of those hangings were short-lived.
It wasn't something that brightened the soul of our people. And truly it had no lasting effect.
And he believes attention needs to be paid to the causes of crime. The Archbishop says if there is to be a reduction in violent behavior, the bottom-to-top approach should no longer be the norm.
Hanging will not stop drugs coming into the country. Hanging will not stop people fighting for turf. And so the murders will continue.
Police in the Bahamas are investigating an incident on Tuesday night in which parliamentary registration staff were robbed at gunpoint. 3 female workers were preparing to leave the voters' card distribution center at the St. Barnabas Church when 2 armed men robbed them of cash and a cell phone. Minister of National Security Dr. Bernard Nottage said no one was physically hurt and no voters' cards, official equipment or documents relating to the registration process were stolen. He also revealed that no officer was present at the time of the robbery.
We have had discussions with the police force, and I've been given the assurance that this matter or the absence of an officer will not be repeated for the future. With respect to the integrity of the voting process, at the time of the robbery, all of the voters' cards, it was at the end of the session, and all of the registration paraphernalia was not in the location.
You're watching Caribbean in 10. Sport is next. Stay with us.
Millions of dollars in cash and weapons flow to the rebel forces fighting to overthrow the government. Once ISIS rose to dominance, U.S. officials said it was no longer about toppling Assad, it was about defeating the terrorist group in Syria without Syria's permission. But the administration still insists Assad must go in order to defeat ISIS. In addition to confusing and contradictory statements by the White House, the U.S. has an array of complex alliances and enemies in the region.
You have a woman that after a certain age, like maybe in her late 20s, going to 30s, she's so panicked, she wants that ring, she wants to settle down, she wants to feel like this, oh, where's my ring? Well, you have women like myself. Oh, are you one of those?
Yeah.
Don't tell me you are. Your ring is on its way. I know that for a fact.
All right, good.
But you have sisters like myself who, I guess it has to do something with the fact that I was raised in a Rastafarian community.
Welcome back. Trinidad and Tobago Soca Warriors head coach Dennis Lawrence is defending his decision to bring former captain Kenwyne Jones back into the squad to face Panama tomorrow. Jones was dropped from the last 28-man squad under former coach Tom Saintfiet, who was not satisfied with the striker's style of play. But Lawrence says Jones still has a lot to offer to the national squad.
Kenwyne has come here and he's come to do what I've asked him to do, to come and represent this country again. When players are in the moments and the periods that Kenwyne is in, Kenwyne needs support from the Trinidad and Tobago fans. Kenwyne needs support from the people around him. My job is to help Kenwyne and to prepare Kenwyne to perform on the match day. My belief is that Kenwyne has got a lot to offer Trinidad and Tobago football. I see a path for Kenwyne to play with Trinidad and Tobago football, and I think he deserves the opportunity to be given the chance, and that's why I selected Kenwyne.
Lawrence also stressed the importance of TNT beating the Central American side in tomorrow's game.
What I would like to do is I'd love to win the game, and I think we all understand that if we don't win the game, then we mustn't lose the game. Because one of the most important things is if we can, for whatever reason, come out with 4 points, which is, if we can win this one and get 1 against Mexico, great. If we get 1 here and we get 3 against Mexico, great. So either way or the other, the most main important thing is we mustn't lose the game.
Good afternoon.